Let me ask you something, and be honest with me. How many times have you said, "This year I'm going to be disciplined," only to fall back into old habits a few weeks later? Going to the gym, waking up early, eating better, finally staying consistent. And then motivation fades, life gets busy, you miss one day, and your brain quietly says, "See? You never stick to anything." Here's the truth no one tells you. 90% of New Year's resolutions don't fail because people are lazy. They fail because the brain is programmed to resist big changes. Your brain doesn't care how badly you want a new life. Its job is to keep you safe and conserve energy. So when you decide to change everything at once, your brain hears stress, danger, overload, and it shuts the whole thing down. That's why discipline feels so hard. Not because you lack willpower, but because you're fighting your own biology. And this is where everything changes. The secret to unstoppable discipline isn't forcing yourself harder. It's learning how to work with your brain instead of against it. That's what the Kaizen Method is all about, the 1% rule. Instead of massive change, you focus on tiny progress. So small your brain doesn't resist it. Because your brain loves progress, not pressure. Here's something most people misunderstand about dopamine. It's not a reward for success, it's a reward for movement. When your brain senses even a small step forward, it releases dopamine and says, "Good, let's do that again." That's why microhabits work. They keep your brain engaged instead of overwhelmed. If you tell yourself, "I'll work out for an hour every day," your brain pushes back. But if you say, "I'll just put on my workout clothes," there's no resistance. That's called friction reduction. Discipline doesn't start with doing more. It starts with making things easier. Once you reduce friction, action becomes natural. And here's the key shift. Start stupidly small. 1 page instead of a chapter. 1 sentence instead of a journal entry. 5 minutes instead of an hour. Your ego might say, "That's pointless." But your brain says, "I can do that." And every time you do, you're not just building a habit, you're building identity. You're proving to yourself, "I show up." That's how discipline really forms. Another rule that changes everything is this: never miss twice. Missing once is normal. Missing twice is how habits die. So instead of guilt, make recovery your skill. Micro habits make that easy, because restarting doesn't feel heavy. You don't feel like you're starting over. You just step back in. That's real discipline. Not perfection. Consistency with compassion. On low energy days, lower the bar, but don't remove it. If all you can do is the smallest version, do that. Showing up matters more than intensity. Your brain learns. Even on hard days, we continue. That's powerful. Another underrated shift is stopping while you still have energy. Your brain remembers how things end. If every habit ends in exhaustion, your brain avoids it. So end on a high note. Leave a little energy in the tank. Create positive anticipation. That's dopamine priming. Over time, discipline stops feeling like effort and starts feeling like momentum. And momentum grows when habits are tied to your environment. Put the book on your pillow. Leave your shoes by the door. Open the document before you sit down. When the environment cues the action, willpower isn't needed. This is how discipline becomes automatic. Not dramatic. Not intense. Just stable. And here's the most important thing to remember. You don't need to change your whole life. You need one micro habit done consistently. Just one. Pick one area where you feel stuck. Ask yourself, what's the smallest action I can do today that moves this forward? Then do that. Today. Because micro progress keeps your brain engaged. Big goals shut it down. And once your brain is on your side, discipline stops being a fight. So here's my challenge to you. Choose one tiny habit. Make it so small you can't say no. Do it today. And do it again tomorrow. Don't chase motivation. Build systems. Don't aim for transformation. Aim for continuity. And if this way of thinking helped you, stay connected. Like the video, subscribe, and share this with someone who keeps starting over and blaming themselves. Because discipline isn't about being harder on yourself. It's about being smarter with your brain. And once you understand that unstoppable discipline becomes inevitable, 1% at a time.